Hello and welcome to Mario Kart World's game tonight. It looks like we are going to have our first race here right off the bat. And we're going to be watching from JBU Water or John Martin's perspective. Here we are, first race right off the bat. And we're going to get an item box. That's going to end up with a coin. Kind of speed us up if we use it here. Now it seems like we are going to have JBU, I believe, is going to be in red colors here. No, blue. And it looks like we're going to have a feather. I have one, have not seen Mario Kart World in a hot minute, so I don't exactly know what the items do in this game. What? Oh, we are red. Never mind. So it is going to look like we have our second lap here. Good chunk of JBU in the front. And we're going to be getting triple bananas here. Nice couple tricks to get ahead here. Looks like JBU Drew is in front, along with Toad or Water in third. We are going to use a ghost here, kind of get up ahead. Pull a banana from some player. Couple tricks, stay on this pole. Good tricks to get through. Coming into this third lap, we have 3 JBU players in the beginning here. Looks like we are going to have still our bananas to use, along with mushrooms. It's still looking like a good pole for JBU. Bomb is going to burn. We're going to see, we are going to use a mushroom, get it a little bit more speed. Oh, and it looks like one is going to get ahead. But it is going to look like we are going to end in 6th here. Looking at the scoreboard, if they do show it. Still a good chunk of JBU in the front. One taking 1st and 3rd. The rest kind of towards the middle. But we are going to have the lead. 44-38 for first race. So while we are waiting, the new thing they did add to this game that I've noticed is you can drive around during the map pick rather than sitting in the lobby. So you can like practice your tricks and a couple other things as well. But it is going to look like we are going to go into our picking stage here. It looks like we picked Great Block Ruin as a possible map. There are 3 maps in this roulette here. It looks like it is going to be not JBU's pick, but that's all right. We do have the lead at the current moment of this 12 race series. So here we are going to Dino Jungle as our second race map. And we are going to start with a 6th place position from this perspective. And off we go. We are not going to get a box here, which is quite unfortunate, but it's all right. It looks like we are going to be having a bit of a fight to get into this 1st and 2nd position here. It's going to look like a missed trick, but that's all right. Still with the course of the group here. But it's going to look like we are going to have 2nd and 3rd at the current moment, along with Bowser Jr. taking 1st here. On to our 2nd lap here, finally getting an item box. We are going to be taking a nice little hit there from Water. But 1 is going to connect. 2 does connect with the triple shells here. Looks like we are going to be... Oh! And now we're just a whole new character. Looks like now we've swapped back to Toad. We're currently in 6th at the current moment. Now we took 5th. Still a fight for that front spot here. We do have one JBU player that's playing his cheap in first right now. The rest of the crew is still kind of fighting. Nice dodges there to the T-Rex. We're going to throw an item, which is not going to connect. We do have triple mushrooms here, but we are going to get hit by a green shell. Good boost there to get into 4th place. It looks like we are going to be taking 1st place and 2nd place, I believe, here, with John taking 1st. Top 4 for this 2nd race, leading us to take a good chunk of the leaderboard here. Nice little section there. We're going to see the points tally up for the 2nd race. 97 to 67. Great race for the 2nd, considering that it wasn't our pick. So it is going to seem like we are going to have our map pick in a couple of seconds here. Going to question if we're going to go back for the same map or if we're going to change it up a little bit. It looks like we're going to try and pick Great Block Ruin. Seems like there's just one person that really wants that off map that's in the middle there. And it is not going to be a JBU pick. Quite unfortunate, but that's all right. It seems like the map that's been chosen is Dry Bones Burnout. That's our next map here. And here we go. Starting in a 1st place position here. And we are barely hanging on to that bridge right there. We are going to snatch a green shell and a coin here. And we are going to have a bit of a lead here. Just going to try and gain as much as we can with this map pick. A little bit of a slowdown, but that's all right. Item is going to get taken. And one is going to cut in front. Barely dodging those ice balls. It looks like we are going to gain a bomb here. Possibly could gain us a forward position here. Maybe just drop it right back on them. It looks like we are going to take 1st. And I think we're going to drop a bomb, which is going to miss. And I believe it is going to connect to a friendly fire, which is all right. So it seems like we are going to be on Princess Peach's tail here, or Neo. Kind of leaning on to this next part of the race map. Oh, quite an unfortunate connecting there, hitting the wall and sinking straight into the lava. Quite unfortunate. That is going to push us back into 10th from this perspective. Good little jump there. And we are going to flying off. Quite unfortunate, losing both our mushrooms, which is going to lead us into 11th place from this perspective, but it does look like we are going to have a couple in the middle. We are going to have a big mushroom here. Possibly gain a little momentum. Catch back up. They are slowly but surely creeping up. Just went into 7th place. We're popping. It seems like we are going to barely crawl back up into 5th place. third. I lied. What a great catch up from 11 to third. Good chunk of JBU in the top 6 there. Especially for us not having a map pick there. This is very huge to help us gain points leading into the next map. 146 and 91. Great start here. Good little end there to that third race. David. Here we are into our next race. We are going to be settling with a second place position here. And we are going to get an item box. We are going to get a mushroom. We're going to try and cut ahead. Nice little cut there to gain nice momentum to stay in first here. Good jump there with a coin, which we are going to pop and get 3. Good little jump there. Oh my gosh. Half the time I don't even know what's going on. Great jump there. Got a lot of forward momentum. Kind of separated himself from the pack. So now we're on to our second lap here with John here with a very enticing lead, which we are going to have a banana protect from any red shells in case one of them does get into second place. He tries to cut him down from his momentum. Seems like we are going to have a coin to help. Nice little skip there. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say. He's just so far ahead. There's no stopping him. Here we are leading to the third lap, where they are just now starting to fly as John lands. And we are going to have a coin to gain momentum if we really want to use it. However, we are going to have a bunch coming in from second and third. A little bit behind. Jeez. But it seems with this lead, I don't know if they're going to be able to catch up. Even if they throw a blue shell, I don't think it really matters at this point. Bro. Literally doesn't matter. He's just too far ahead. Great race there from John, with the rest of his crew catching up to gain second and third. And it looks like a 5th place possibly. It looks like we are going to take top 3 and a 5th place. We are still in top 4 of the scoreboard here. It seems like we are going to be picking our next race pretty shortly. Seems like we want to go towards Fairway Oasis. But it looks like we are going to go to Bowser's Castle as our next pick here. looks like it is not going to be a JBU pick. Seems like we're going to Sky High Sunday. Here we are off into our next one. Seems like we're gonna have a green show to start this off. With JBU Peta in first place here. It looks like we're going on the side now. Little side jump action. Good hit. 15 coins to gain there. I'm not too sure what the max coins is anymore because the past it used to be 10. Oh, and friendly fire there. Trying to hit Bowser Jr., but that's all right. Oh, and we fell off. That's all right. I think John just wanted to give him a chance to catch up just to get back in the top rank here. And it looks like we are going to get gold mushroom and a golden shell. Coming up onto this last lap. This is where the big items come into play. Seems like we are going to skip a good chunk of time there. Throw the golden shell, see if we can hit somebody from a distance. So it looks like 20 is the max amount of coins. He's going to get a big boost here. So everybody's approaching the final lap here. John in fourth. I'm not sure. We got fourth place, even with the bow hitting and connecting. Looks like we are going to get second, fourth, fifth, which is pretty good. But there is going to be a Princess Peach that is going to catch up a little bit, but it doesn't matter. It's still 239 to 162, ending this fifth race. Seems like we are wanting to still go to Bowser Castle here. We're going to see if we get the pick here. And we're not. Man, our roulette for this set of games is just not even there. At this point, we haven't even gained any points or gained any of our map picks. It's quite surprising. Here we are going into our next map. Fight for the boxes. We are going to get a close corner here. It looks like we are going to get a bunch of mushrooms. Looks like we are going to use those mushrooms to get a little bit ahead. Nice boost cutting us into first place here. Oh, we are going to get hit, but we still have that mushroom to boost us back. Just going Doesn't seem like a golden mushroom is going to come flying through. We are going to get a double shell. We're going to have a bell and a bomb. See how this can kind of play a part here. Blue shell is going to connect. In first place, gaining us a first and second position here. It is going to seem that we are going to drop a little bit into fifth place. That's all right. We still have a bell to utilize here, which we might be able to hit this one, and we are just barely going to hit them. But we are going to hit by a green shell, kind of knocking us back in ninth place here. That's all right. Possibly a double box connected here, which is going to get us a golden mushroom. Just go flying through this bottom part. We're going to see if we can get through it all the way. We are. We're going to catch back up into third place, catch this one box, and get flying back into second place with a bunch of our JBU friendlies here. We are going to get hit. Everybody's just flying into this last bit, and I think it's going to land us into an 8th place position, unfortunately. But it looks like a good chunk of blue team is going to catch ahead a little here. But we still have a good chunk of JBU in the top here. Just an unfortunate match there, having us by a 60-point lead. Now let's see if we can get our pick here. And it looks like we are going to be going around. We're going to see if we can get a pick here of ours. And it looks like we have, I believe. Airship Fortress is our next map here. Here we are starting our next match here. It's going to seem like we are going to hit a little bit of tricks on these bars. A little too fast. We're going to slow down, go back around. Just okay. We are going to hit a double box. Hopefully get us some items. Bunch of shell or mushrooms to get here to get a little bit of boost. Looks like we are going to kind of hold on to him. Looks like one throw is going to miss. Blue shell is going to come flying through. Connecting, but leading us into a first place position. Good hold on there to jump into our... Oh. A little bit of friendly fire bomb, but that's all right. We are going to connect and use that boost to get back up ahead. Hopefully we'd gain a double box here, which we are. We are going to get burned. 2 triple items, one being mushrooms, one being red shells. Good chunk of items, but we are going to hit by a bunch of items there, leading into this third lap. Looks like we are going to be close quarters with the pack here. Big items from this last bit. We are going to have a golden mushroom and a bullet bill. Kind of catch us up a little bit, leading into this last little bit of this map here. we are going to use, and it is going to push us really forward. Hopefully into this second place position, which we are going to gain a first and a second place. It looks like it is going to take a first and second place. A couple of them are going to take third through fifth, and the rest of JBU in the middle. Still a good chunk of points of a distance. So nothing to fret as of now, leading in the seventh lap, or seventh map. So it seems like we are going to try and pick look like we have a shipwreck one and then a kind of mecha gorilla looking map. Not sure what they're called because I haven't played them. But it seems like we are going to go to DK Spaceport as our next map here. So here we are off to our first go at it. Seems like there is going to be 6 laps here. Good jump there. Take a little bit of time off. Seems like we are going to be going flying on. So this seems like a good, very loopy map. Seems like Baby Junior is going to be flying in, taking a bit of the lead here. And we still have Cheap Cheap, who I don't exactly know who it is on JBU, is currently in first, but it seems like I got heard and yelled at by that it is Mario. So Mario is a good chunk ahead here. So we're going to see that we have Luigi also kind of catching up. We are going to be in a big pack here leading into this 5th lap. Bullet Bill is going to be utilized to catch up. But a Red Shell is going to just connect there, even though it was hovering above his head. But he is going to go flying off the map. Quite unfortunate leading into the 6th lap. Big barrels that are going to be bouncing side to side. Lightning is going to be used. Two Bullet Bills are going to go flying through. But from here, we are going to be in a 10th place position. A very big space here. But JBU still remains on top with a 366 to 281 score here. Being into this next map. So it seems like Bowser's Castle really wants to be picked here. And I believe one of them is Rainbow Road. Obviously the odds were stacked towards that map, so it is going to be picked here. We are going to be going into Bowser's Castle as our next map here. Here we are into our 9th race out of 12. And here we are off to a start. Boost is not going to be used, which is quite unfortunate. But John was showing me these tricks on this map specifically, and let's see if he can land them. There's one. Getting into 4th place. So here we are. 3 mushrooms to use here. Seems like 2 people are going to try and use this trick. And it is going to connect. One last one to use here. And right here we are. We're going to finish up this last one. Bit of a burn, but that's okay. Still in 1st place. Leading the 2nd lap. Which is going to land us with a coin. This one is going to land as well. Just giving a good chunk of time. So here we are. Can he land it again? I know this one has been a tricky one, but we're going to find out. And it is going to land before the red shell is going to eventually hit him. Oh, but we are going to go flying off. That's all right. He has just one person right with him. Here we are going to the 3rd lap. At this point, it's going to seem like it is going to be a fight between 2 players here. John and Brender are. Looks like Mario is going to also catch up. A little bit of reinforcement to come help take this 1st place position. Time to see if we can connect this one. And it is going to connect. But a bell is going to hit him, slowing him down. It's time to find out if we can have John is going to barely make that one. We are going to be chucking a bunch of ice balls, which is going to land us into a 5th place, 7th. I lied. Scoreboard is going to show at least 3 on blue up ahead, but still JBU is going to be on top. 411 with 318 as the difference, almost a 100-point difference leading into map 10. So it looks like we are going to be trying to choose another map. It looks like we're going to Shy Guy. Is our possible pet pick, but it looks like we're going to a shipwreck map. To Wario Shipyard. So here we are. So we're going to get the first box here, which is going to get us a yellow banana to help fend off items from behind. See if we can hit this pole, which we are, and we're going to go flying forward. One is going to go flying forward. Kind of staying with John here. Item is going to get taken. We are going to gain a couple coins here. Maybe gain a little bit more speed. We are going to end this first lap in first place here. Good couple jumps. Kind of skip a good chunk of that map. Bowser Jr. is going to be very closely behind. Here we are. We're going to do a little bit of a skip. Cut down some time. Oh, we are going to hit a bit of that sand patch. Item is going to connect. But they are going to miss the rope, which is going to help get John back into a first position right behind Bowser Jr. So it seems like we are going to have a bell to probably help here. We are going to get hit by a freeze here. And we are going to go flying off by accident. Quite unfortunate. This little item might be able to help us here. Catch back up a little bit in this last lap. Triple box is going to be connected here. See if we can get one person. We're going to throw, break one item. But it is going to look like we are going to get a third and second position. And we're going to see what the scoreboard kind of looks like leading this end of this map here. Still a good chunk of blue ahead, which is going to split the board here. But still a good amount of points ahead here in map 11. So we're going to see which map might get picked here. Still a little variety. Looks like Rainbow Road and Shy Guy Mountain. Looks like we're going to the mountains as our next map here for map 11. To DK Pass. So Mario is going to burn out. Quite unfortunate, but that's all right. He'll catch up. So it looks like our first item here is going to be a coin. Not ideal in 9th place, but that's okay. A little bit in the snow, but it's all right. We're going to kind of cut a little bit of time. Maybe do a couple extra jumps to get around. We're going to pop the coins to get 2 at least in the new items. A little bit of wall bouncing, but we are going to connect with another double box here. And a golden shell and 3 red shells. Possibly help out the team here. He is going to hit one who just ran into him. A lot of coins out here. Help speed up the boost. Oh. We are going to be 9th place, leading this next spot. We are going to cut off a little bit of that spot with the mushroom. Good little jump, but we are going to run into a wall. Which is A-okay. We are going to connect with Luigi there. And we're going to turn into Spike, unlike Toad. Gain a red shell. We are now in 3rd place. But we are going to make the jump. Now we are right behind 2 blue players here. Another great jump there. Let's see if we can hit one. Just barely going to miss. But we do have a bell. Maybe we can catch up. Maybe slow him down. We are going to block. That up a little bit. And we are going to get an item to get 1st place. The boo to help block that drag there. Perfectly timed boo to connect that 1st place from John. Now we have a 1st and 3rd and 6th. But a good chunk is going to take 3rd through 5th. But we are still up by 100. So it is going to look like the one random map is going to be chosen, and we are going to go to Koopa Troopa Beach. This is the final race. We are going to get the boost and get an item here. We are going to hit Bowser Jr. with a banana there, but he is going to catch up, but just to get hit by a red shell as well. Looks like we are going to get hit by a star. A little bit targeting there just to kind of slow him down, but it looks like we are just going to get 2 items. We are going to get a bullet bill and a golden mushroom. We are going to catch up a little bit here. We are going to have a red shell to back it up here. We are going to get hit by freeze there. It looks like we are going to pop our golden mushroom, cut this chunk of the map here, leading into race or lap number 5. Looks like we are going to try and cut the spot again and get into a 2nd place position for our final race of this series with a good chunk in the top 6. These 5 JBU players in top 6. 119 points ended out. Final scores come down to 545 and 395. Great racing there from our players tonight. with that series. What's up, bro? But now with that series over, there is going to be another one rather shortly here. But until then, we'll see you in a second. Hello and welcome back to our second series. We are going to be going our first map, Dino Jungle. And it seems like we are going to be on the blue team this time. Leading in the start of the series. First lap here, our first map. And here we go, off we go. And let's see what our first item is of this map. We're going to get a mushroom. Even though we're in first place, you never know when it could be helpful. So it is going to look like Lucas is going to get into first here. We are going to make it past with just one mushroom. Does seem to dodge two of the shells. Oh wow, and they are going to slide right underneath, but we are going to connect and get back into first place here. And we are going to have a coin here. And that coin is going to get stolen here. Good chunk of JBU here. Top three with Mario and John in the positions here. Here we are on the lap 3. The big items are now in play. And it is going to seem like one player is going to knock John off, which is going to push him back into 8th place. We are going to get a double box here. It is going to seem like John is unfortunately going to finish in 12th. Really unfortunate match there. But still a good chunk of JBU in the front. Kind of pick up those points. JBU is going to start with 49 points after this first map. With the other red team at 33. So it is going to look like we are going to try and go all the way to Shy Guy Bazaar. Seems like a good chunk of people want to go over there. Here we are under our second map here. We are going to get a boost. A lot of people want to get on that bar. Seems like a big skip here. Seems like we are going to be into 5th place with a single box connected here. We are going to go into 2nd. But we are going to slide just a little bit back into 5th place. And we are going to get hit by a banana, which is going to get him back down into 9th place there. Seems like we are going to do a little bit of tricks, kind of get ahead. Seems like Mario was slightly in 1st place before he got hit. But he is trailing that 1st position. lot of items are being utilized. Let's kind of get back into this big group here. We are going to slip into 6th place. We are going to miss the bar. We are going to hit. And we are going to get a golden mushroom. See if we can catch up a little bit. Getting into 7th place. We are going to have a star. Good bomb. We are going to pop the star. Kind of ensure a solid spot in 3rd. We are going to pop a boo, which is going to get us into a 3rd place here. Here's the scores. We are going to have a 3, 4, and 5. A good chunk of JBU in the middle, ensuring that I believe we are still in the lead here, but ever so slightly. So we're going to be going to Bowser's Castle as our next map here. Here we are, off we go. Looks like it is going to connect. Nice little trick. And we're going to find out how we can use these mushrooms in these 3 shells to connect this. And we are going to connect that trick. Little time skip. And here comes the next trick. So here we go. We are in 2nd place, leading into the 2nd lap. We are going to have a banana. Oh, and we are just barely going to miss it. Quite an unfortunate miss. And we are going to go off one last time. A little unfortunately in the 2nd lap. But we are going to see if we can catch back up with this trick here, which we are going to be a little short on. And here we go, leading into this golden shell here. And we are going to go into the 3rd lap from this perspective with a 7th place. We're going to have a little bit of JB in the front. So we are going to have to go around here. Thankfully that mushroom is going to be there to give us a little bit of a boost. And we're going to get a double box, see how this can help. A bunch of mushrooms. We're going to see if we can get this skip here. We are. It is going to connect. And we are going to slip into 4th place with Mario in 3rd here. Blue shell is going to be coming and flying in. And it's going to hit John, but he is going to cross the finish line just in time. So while we may have not gone first, we are going to have a good chunk of JBU take second through fourth, I believe. Second through fifth, add one more to that, which we still are going to have control of the board leading into this next map. Still a close series leading to the next map, but we are going to have the lead in the moment. So it looks like we want to go to DK a little bit here. Or Mecha DK, I don't remember what the map was called exactly. Here we are, starting off this next map. We are going to have a third place lead here. We are going to have a mushroom to skip a little bit of this here, land on the beam, but we are going to hit a little bit of the wall, which is going to push us down into 11th here. We are going to have a triple mushroom, possibly catch up a little bit, or maybe skip a bit of a course. And here we are into our second lap. We are going to be in 11th. That's all right. We are going to have Luigi in the front, leading the whole pack. We are going to catch up into 6th place using this golden mushroom. Possibly take a third with this mushroom here. But there is going to be a bunch of hammers thrown there to slow us down a little bit. Double box is going to be secured. And we are going to have a mushroom and a bell. Possibly hit a couple people here. And here comes a Bullet Bill. We are going to get a little bit of a refresh on our items. Bunch of mushrooms here. Just saying that we are going to skip a bit of this. Oh, and then where's the lightning? A lot of big items here kind of flying through. Oh no, we're coming around the final bend here. Anything can happen. A bunch of mushrooms here, which is going to land us in a 7th place position here. At least for one of us. So it is kind of distributed a little bit, which I think is going to make this a little bit of a closer series. 8-point difference leading into the next map. It looks like our next map is going to be with the Mecha DK. We're going to be going to DK Spaceport is the map. Here we go. We're going to start it off. Looks like this time, instead of it being daytime, it is going to be night for DK Spaceport. Here we go. Coming around the first end here. We are going to miss, unfortunately, but that's okay. It's still the beginning of the race. A lot of catch-up that we can do. We are going to get a double box. Possibly some mushrooms to help out here. Looks like we are. Mushrooms and a star. We're going to gain a little bit of coins. Fortunately, we are going to get flattened there. But we are going to have a star to hopefully block a little bit of damage. We are going to pop it. Hopefully get a double box, which we are going to get. And I believe we are going to hit a Goomba. Make sure they don't get a little bit ahead. A lot of bar bouncing. We are coming around our 5th lap. We are going to shoot straight into first place with that golden mushroom. Good usage there. And then here comes the final lap. And we are going to get a couple mushrooms. Coming around the final bend here. It looks like we are going to be getting first place. With John getting up there with a bunch of those mushrooms. Good race there. And it looks like a good chunk of JBU also kind of getting in the middle of the pack. Very distributed there. But we are going to kind of regain a little bit. But I don't know how close it is, though. But it's still a very close series. Here come the next map votes. Looks like it's going to be either Battleship map or a new one that I haven't seen before. And there it looks like one that's like Moo Moo Meadows. But it looks like we are going to go to the airship as our next map. The Airship Fortress. So we are going to start in first place after ending that last race. And here we go. We are going to get on top of the bar. And we are going to stay on the chain to secure our first place. Oh, and one is going to get in front, just barely. But we are going to get a single box. Good block there from the banana. We are going to drift into a 2-box. We're going to gain feather and a mushroom. Which we are going to use, and we are going to get on this bar. Good dodge there. He is going to run into a wall, which is going to get us into first place here. So So we are have a coin and a mushroom in pocket. Help us with this next part. So it looks like Baby Pete or Baby Daisy is going to be very close, right behind. Blue Show is going to go out. We are going to pop a mushroom to dodge it. Lean into... Oh, we are going to miss the bar. Quite unfortunate, but we are going to hop back on. Baby Daisy is right on our tail. Slowly approaching. Probably waiting for the right moment to pass by. And we're going to put that banana right behind just in case. We're going to have a coin. So if there's a red shell on the way, could cut it very close. But there's nothing to be seen, and we are going to secure first place. A very good chunk of blue fighting for those last little spots. But it is going to look like very, very even distribution. Still a good chunk of them in second through fourth. But we are going to regain a good chunk of the top here of the scoreboard. But it looks like we are ahead by 8 by the sound of it. Seems like our next map is going to be Crown City here. Into the 7th race. Here we go. Start of this race, we are going to stay in first place. And it doesn't seem like a lot of item boxes to be seen. But one is going to be flying off. We are going to bounce off a car. And we are going to have... Oh, never mind. I was going to say we were going to have a triple banana, but they're all gone now. A bunch of people just ran into them. It is going to look like we are going to jump across, get into a drifting position. And we are going to get a double box. Get a little in front. And it seems like a golden shell is going to come flying through. But, you know, leading into this next lap here, we are going to be getting a bunch of bananas to hold off a bunch of them. We are going to still have a couple people right behind them, but not a lot of bananas need to be used. Oh, and there's a lightning, which is barely going to catch on. John B holding on to that for dear life. Barely making that. We are going to land on the bar of the sign. And here we go. We are going to be... Oh, and there's just a random car. Koopa needs to learn how to drive on the right side of the road. And we are going to jump a good chunk of that course. We are going to have a banana. Good jump there. Way to dodge all that grass. Oh, and we are going to just jump off the edge of the pole. But, you know, I think that's just a power move, to be honest. That seems like a power move to me. Jumping off into the water and still get first place. So what I'm hearing is we are going to get a first, second, and fifth place. So here we go. Good chunk still in the front. Distribution of points is going to be still with us. But, you know, John may say that was a mistake. I call it a power move. Leading into map 8. Looks like we're going to pick some type of maps that are like a savanna. Not sure what it's called, but you know. And we are going to Mario Bros. Circuit as our map here. So here we go. Starting off this next map here. Nice little slipstream to shoot him into first a little more. Looks like a good chunk are going to be going on the bars. Good little jump there. Oh. Fun little green shell to toss forward. And I think we're going to drop a banana to get this double box. But no, we are going to keep it. Probably as a safety measure against any green or red shells that may hit us. We are going to do a bunch of tricks to go into the next lap here. Looks like we are going to be going into a good chunk of bar drifting here. We are going to get a yellow. Another banana for safety measure, but now we have a feather. Red shell did look like it was approaching, but it is going to get blocked a couple times. There is going to be one right on John's tail here. We are going to hit a little bit of a dodge, which one is going to be right there, but we are going to dodge it twice. They really want John off that bar. John knows he can't get on the bar, so he's going to toss another one backwards on the bar. But we are going to get... Oh! I lied. We aren't going to get the box. Oh, wow. Bunch of people in the front with green shells here. A lot of stuff happening here in this final lap. But ultimately, it is going to land us in a 8th place position. And it looks like they are going to have 3 in the top. It is going to really distribute the points here, with them barely behind us by 2. They're now behind us by 2, leading to the 8th map. So it looks like we are going to try and pick the Great Question Mark Block Ruins as our next map. So we are into our next map. We are going to stay in the 7th here. It looks like we are going to go into the film. I've never seen this map before, but it looks really interesting. We are going to be in 4th place with a coin box. And we are going to secure 1st place, leading into this next map. We are going to block that shell, leading into this next portion of the map again. It looks like we are going to have some protection. We're going to be protecting over here. However, the Goomba Lucas is going to be trailing right behind us. Trying to look for a way to get in front here. But here we are, leading into our next lap. So John here is going to be trying to protect, trying to get rid of Goomba here. He's still on the trail. And they are going to hit lightning to get rid of all our items. So now everybody here is very defenseless. So now a good chunk of red is taking this front here. It looks like there is going to be a little bit of friendly fire, which is going to ultimately land us a 9th, and I think a good chunk of red in the front, which is quite unfortunate. And ooh, a lot of points gained over there by NTN, which is going to shake it out to about a 30-point lead by NTM here. So now we got to have a map here to come out strong. So we are going to be going to DK Pass as our next map. So we are race 10. A lot of burnouts. We ultimately are going to squeeze into 2nd place. We are going to get up top. Possibly. Oh, wow. A lot of snow slip there. Seems like we are going to be going into catch back up in a 3rd. It's always a good sighting. Nice little skip there to lead us into 2nd. which we are going to lead into second. Still falling behind. Looks like to be gray Yoshi or white Yoshi. What a connection there. But I think it is going to be blocked. But we are going to slide right next to him, which is going to connect. And we are going to take that first place position. Great throw from whoever that was. We are going to get the skip there. So now all you have to do is hold on to, oh, and there's a lightning along with a red shell to slow us even more down. And a big. Looks like we are gonna let's pop this. There we are coming around the final end here. And we are gonna get third. And I believe we got a good chunk in the front. Barely slipping through. Top 4. So now time to find out how it shakes out. So we have pulled back at least to a 12-point lead or so, with us having only 2 races left in this series. So it looks like our next map, for map 11, it's gonna land us in Oasis. So by the sound of it, we don't like Oasis. So we're gonna find out if we can clutch this up, gain a lot of points, and possibly stay close. Here we go, off we go. Currently sliding in the 11th place. It looks like we are going to jump into second place, but we are going to get hit by an item and we're going to drop into 8th place here. We are going to slide into 4th with this star and do a little bit of a skip, which is going to land us in 2nd. So we are going to have 2 JBU players here in 2nd and 3rd, Mario and John, and we are going to get bombed to friendly fire a little bit, but it's okay. We'll make it work. But we are going to get caught off guard with a bunch of jumps. We are going to have some mushrooms, though, that we are going to try and hopefully skip through a good chunk, which we are going to land in 3rd. Even though there is 1 player currently ahead on NTN, as long as we can get a good chunk in the front, I think we'll be okay. Oh, we are going to get hit in the back there. Oh no, we are going to have a little bit of friendly fire. And we are going to get stuck in the grass. A lot of complications coming and happening with this last turn. Maybe we might... Oh, And we're gonna get a 6th place. It seems like a good chunk in the middle, but I don't know if it's enough to pull us to a closing point system there. Now it looks like we are going to our last lap. We're going to need a good chunk of JBU in the front, but that's all right. We're going to figure something out. So we're praying for question mark here. Here we go, the 50-50. And it's going to go their way. They're going to Wario Stadium as the last map here. Here we go, going into Wario Stadium. Whoa. Caught a little bit of the bar. But we are going to barely miss that bar leading into this next part of the track. Good little bar there. Catch everybody up a little bit. And there we are. We're going to push into 5th place. Oh, and a lucky green shell that is going to connect. We do have a mushroom. Looks like we are going to hold on to this blue here. You know, we made it work. That belt may have hit us, but it didn't really do much. Blue shell is going to get popped here. We're going to skip a good chunk. And we are going to catch up into 2nd place. And here we are coming around with our last lap. We're going to need a good chunk of JBU to be in the front to stand a chance catching up and gaining this lead. We are going to have a bell, but if we can get just close enough and hit them, we might have a chance. And it looks like a bunch of those shocks are going to connect. But those mushrooms are going to connect. And just so many just keep throwing perfect shocks. And it looks like we are unfortunately not going to win this series, which is A-okay, because we are now 1-1 for tonight with one more coming up later tonight. So stay tuned for one last time. But other than that, we'll see you in the next series.